Part of my advocacy is promoting local tourism among fellow Filipinos. Kaya, tuwing nabibigyan ako ng pagkakataon to share a local travel experience, of course, hindi ko ito pinalalampas. Ang bayang ito ay isa sa mga coffee towns ng probinsya ng Cavite, but beyond its coffee beans, it played a pivotal role in the Philippine Revolution. Kung ano ito? Samahan ninyo ako. Together, it might change me and Fit for Life teams in exploring and discovering this rustic and laid-back town dito sa probinsya ng Cavite. Yahing Off the Grid welcomes you to the town of Indang. Ang bayan ng Indang ay isang payak na bayan na matatagpuan sa mga kabundukan ng Cavite. Isa ito sa 13 coffee towns ng probinsya. Bagamat hindi ito malimit na pinapasyalan ng nakararami, this humble town is rich with stories and natural wonders that would give visitors a sense of appreciation for history and nature. Simulan natin ang kwento sa simbahan ng Indang. Kilala din bilang St. Gregory the Great Parish Church and Convent, isa ito sa mga lumang simbahan sa probinsya ng Cavite. Established in 1611, the construction of the stone church was completed in 1710, pero nasira ito noong 1896 Philippine Revolution. Ang kumbento ng Indang ang sinasabing pinakamatanda at pinakamahaba sa probinsya. Makikita naman sa likod ng simbahan ang kanilang version ng Station of the Cross sa gitna ng forest covers nito. Pero ang hinanap ng mga kasamahan namin dito ay ang kakaibang obra ng Siete de Arcángeles de Indang. This unique religious artifact is mounted on the epistle altar of the church that features the 7 archangels. This painting is believed to be the oldest painting of the 7 archangels in the country. Pero alam ba niyo na ang bantang sunugin ng simbahan ng Indang ang isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit pinagutos na dakpin si Gat Andres Bonifacio? Interestingly, it is on the outskirts of the town of Indang, in Barangay Limbon, where the great Filipino plebeian was captured together with his brother Procopio and wife Gregoria. Ngayon, isang dambana ang itinayo sa lugar bilang alaala sa pagkakahuli ng dakilang pinuno ng katipunan sa lugar na yon. Our teams took the time in exploring the small park while making their own team flags. The flags are a symbol of unity for each team, tulad ng iba't ibang KKK flags na nakapaligid sa monumento ni Andres Bonifacio. Mula sa lugar ng pagkakadakip ni Bonifacio, puntahan naman natin ang kanyang naging piitan dito sa Indang. The 2-story bahay na bato where Bonifacio was detained after his capture is located at the heart of the town. The National Historical Institute mounted a marker and a bust of Bonifacio as a reminder of its significance in Philippine history. The structure now serves as a museum where you get a glimpse of the town's colorful past. Our teams were given a quick walk through its history from its collections of antiques and pieces donated by Indanganons. Of course, our tour ended with a nice view of the town center from the balcony of this historical building. Pero hindi lamang sa kasaysayan hitik ang bayan ng Indang. With our extra adrenaline, hinanap namin ang ilan sa mga dinadayong waterfalls dito. Unahin na natin ang waterfalls na hindi mo akalaing isang waterfalls, ang Kaitapos Falls. The trail to this Indang attraction is relatively easy. You just walk through the trails alongside its riverbed. Medyo madulas lang kaya may ingat ang kailangan dito. At sa dulo nito makikita mo isang cascade na may taas lamang na mga 3 to 4 feet. We're now on our way to Pasahingin Falls dito sa Indang. Okay. It's kind of init. From an easy trek, we went to the other side of the area to explore Pasahangin Falls. Medyo may challenge lang papunta dahil matarik ang trail. Pero after all the huffing and puffing, you will be treated with a view of its cascade kung saan ang spring water nito ay nahulog sa taas ng 90 feet. Sa lalim ng base pool nito, pwede kang mag-cliff jump mula sa gilid ng waterfalls. The waterfalls was once the source ng isang brand ng bottled spring water. Now, it has become a prime waterfalls attraction dito sa bayan ng Indang. Hidden in the outskirts of the town is the St. Anthony Falls. It is the most tourism-developed waterfalls attraction, complete with tourist facilities. Inayos nila ito with a dike that created a deeper pool along its headwaters kung saan pwede din tumalon mula sa gilid nito. The water flows down to a wading pool at the top of its cascade bago ito tuluyang dumaloy pababa. Mula sa ibabaw ng cascade ay pwede ka na ding tumalon sa malalim na base pool nito. At dahil nga mas maraming dumadayo dito ay talaga namang pinaayos nila. We enjoyed a quick relief from all the running habang nagtatampisaw sa falls nito. Sa totoo lang, madami pang kwento at pasyalan ang bayan ng Indang. I hope that the local government could put in more effort to map out and consolidate the stories and attractions that will make Indang shine out from the shadows of its contemporaries. By the way, exploring a new destination with colleagues is a very fun and cool experience. Of course, we would like to thank the administration of Museo de Indang and Hacienda Gracita for making our team building activity a memorable one for both our teams. Maraming salamat po. Tahimik lang ang bayan ng Indang pagdating sa turismo kung ikukumpara natin siya sa katabing syudad ng Tagaytay. Pero sa aming paglilibot, kitang-kita ang kanyang natatanging ganda pagdating sa kanyang KKK, kasaysayan, kalikasan, at kultura. It is in my hope that the LGU could consolidate and invest more on developing their tourism efforts for the benefit of its community and its locals. Mula dito sa Hacienda Gracita, dito sa Indang, Cavite, ako si Mark Serendel at itong biyahe off grid. You can read more about our Indang adventures at mark7travels.com. I would also like to thank Holland Stern for keeping my stuff safe and dry during my travels, and Magway for keeping me environmentally sun-safe when exploring the Philippines.
Caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.